Hello football fanatics, and welcome to International AI Global News Update. The world of football just witnessed a spectacle, a statement, a demolition job of epic proportions. Forget what you thought you knew about this Barcelona team. Hansi Flick's squad just delivered a masterpiece that sent shockwaves through La Liga. In a match filled with drama, controversy, and jaw-dropping goals, Barcelona didn't just win. They made it clear they are here to compete for the title. Stay tuned for a full breakdown, from the pre-match chaos to the post-game celebrations, and find out how a 6-0 thrashing set the stage for a thrilling season. Music becomes more suspenseful and reflective. Before a ball was even kicked, this fixture was dripping with tension. For Barcelona, this was their first home league game of the season, but it wasn't the triumphant return to the Camp Nou they had hoped for. Delays to the stadium's renovation forced them to play at the far smaller, 6,000-capacity Estadi Johan Cruyff. This decision sparked outrage from Valencia fans and media, who accused La Liga of underestimating the away support. Valencia's faithful were fuming, and their supporters' clubs even released a statement calling the move regrettable. On the pitch, the stakes were sky-high. Barcelona had stumbled to a frustrating 1-1 draw against Rayo Vallecano before the international break and needed a strong response to keep pace with Real Madrid. The pressure was on manager Hansi Flick, who was already dealing with a major setback. A furious row with the Spanish national team over an injury to superstar winger Lamine Yamal, which ruled him out of this crucial match. Valencia, meanwhile, was hoping to turn the page on a history of humiliating defeats to the Blaugrana. Manager Carlos Corberán was on record, saying he wanted to transform the pain of past thrashings into motivation. The stage was set for a classic encounter, but no one could have predicted the sheer brutality that was about to unfold. Music shifts to an intense, pulsating beat. The referee blows the whistle, and from the opening kick, it's one-way traffic. Barcelona, playing with an intensity and purpose not seen this season, swarmed Valencia's half. With 74% possession and 11 shots to Valencia's 0, it was pure dominance. The visitors barely had a moment to breathe. The breakthrough, when it came, was a thing of beauty. Marcus Rashford, looking more comfortable and effective than ever, delivered a delicious assist. He drove in from the left, spotted Fermin Lopez's run, and laid off a perfect ball. Fermin, with a silky touch and a brilliant, clinical finish, slotted it past the keeper. It was a well-deserved lead, but somehow, going into halftime, it was only 1-0. Valencia, battered but not broken, were still in the fight. That fight didn't last long. Hansi Flick made a decisive substitution, bringing on Rafinha at halftime, and it changed everything. Just 10 minutes into the second half, the game was over. A long cross from Marcus Rashford caused a mix-up between Valencia's defender and keeper. Rafinha was there to say, "Thank you very much," knocking the ball into an empty net. The stadium was still buzzing when Fermin Lopez decided to double his tally. This wasn't just a goal. It was a statement. From well outside the penalty area, Fermin unleashed an absolute rocket with his weaker left foot. The shot flew through the air, giving the keeper no chance, and slammed into the back of the net. The 2-goal cushion was now a 3-goal landslide, and the floodgates were officially open. Valencia was on the ropes, and Barcelona showed no mercy. A long ball forward found Rafinha, who controlled it with sublime skill before hammering it home with such force that the keeper could only stand and watch. A brace for the Brazilian, and a 4-0 lead for the home side. The rout continued. In the 76th minute, Hansi Flick brought on the veteran striker Robert Lewandowski. And just minutes later, on his 150th appearance for the club, Lewandowski delivered a moment of pure perfection. Thundering a shot into the very top corner of the goal, brushing the underside of the crossbar on the way in. It was his first goal of the season, and it was a masterpiece. The final goal was a testament to Barcelona's relentless attack. A cheeky chip from Lewandowski was initially flagged for offside, but after a quick VAR check, the decision was overturned. A brace for the Pole, a 6-0 scoreline for Barcelona, and a moment that will be replayed over and over again. Music becomes more analytical and thoughtful. This wasn't just a win, It was a tactical masterclass from Hansi Flick. He deployed a high-energy, aggressive pressing system that completely stifled Valencia. The team looked flexible and fluid, with Marcus Rashford thriving on the left and Rafinha shining in his natural position on the right. Every player looked like they understood their role, and the team moved as a single electric unit. Individual performances were a joy to watch. Fermin Lopez was the undisputed man of the match. He was everywhere, pulling the strings in the attack, leading in dribbles and scoring 2 fantastic goals. Rafinha proved his worth by coming on and immediately impacting the game with his 2 goals. And of course, Robert Lewandowski reminded everyone of his world-class quality with a spectacular brace. But perhaps the most heartwarming moment of the night belonged to Marc Bernal. Making his first competitive appearance in 383 days after a devastating double injury, the 18-year-old came on and, in a moment of sheer emotional football, assisted the final goal. The standing ovation from the crowd showed just how much his return meant to the entire club. Music fades to a more conversational tone. The reactions have been as powerful as the performance. The media has called it a title message and a masterclass. The sentiment is clear. Barcelona is back. On the other side, Valencia fans' frustration was palpable. Reports say one fan, in a moment of despair, even waved a white flag begging for mercy during a previous defeat, a sentiment that may have been echoed by many on Sunday. The most notable reaction came from manager Hansi Flick, who used his post-match press conference to blast the Spanish national team for their handling of Lamine Yamal's injury. It's clear the tension between club and country is at a fever pitch. Music becomes motivational and exciting. So what does this win mean? It means Barcelona is now second in the league table with 10 points from 4 games. More importantly, it means this team, under Hansi Flick, has found its rhythm, its ruthless streak, and its identity. This thrashing of Valencia is the perfect springboard as they prepare for a massive test. Next up, Barcelona takes their newfound confidence to England for a huge UEFA Champions League clash against Newcastle. This will be their first real test on the European stage. Can they carry this momentum and make a statement in Europe? Following that, they'll face Getafe back in La Liga. The season is just getting started. But if this match is any indication, we are in for a thrilling ride. Music swells. And that's our breakdown for today. If you enjoyed this analysis, make sure to like, comment, and share this video with your fellow football fans. And for all the latest updates from across the globe, don't forget to subscribe to International AI Global News Update and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. Until next time, stay passionate and stay tuned.